But if you're, you know, writing out all the steps for it, then you're on that content longer instead of moving forward to cover the next step of the content. You understand? Like you're spending 2 weeks on a process instead of a week to push the writing and the reading to beginning.
And I haven't had that conflict because I've never done science, except for PARCC says I'm on 3, and now I'm doing reading and science, which is really good.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, if I'm a classroom teacher or I'm an administrator, what am I supposed to do right now? What's the recommendation? Prepare. Be a Boy Scout. Be prepared. And essentially be prepared for the transitional. This is like right now what you need to do today because it's not too late. Be prepared for the transitional LEAP, I-LEAP, EOC writing prompt. It will be on the test 2013. March, April, it's there. Our district took us, we came in, we're going to come out training on Monday here in this district on the new writing prompt. Be sure that it is right, they know, your students and your teachers, writing grounded in textual evidence. Writing standard, 9 on Common Core. This is coming in March and April 2013. And I'm going to step back a little bit and I'm going to show y'all kind of what we did in this district. You don't know what this is? This is the rubric. I have copies. If you'd like one, this is the rubric for I-LEAP writing prompt, LEAP writing prompt, EOC 2 and EOC 3 for this spring. Feel free to take one. Students need to be familiar with that. Teachers need to be familiar with that. We need to make sure our teachers know the difference between the writing process and the traits or the dimensions of writing, because that rubric is the dimensions and the traits of writing. And that's what those kids in grades 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 10, and 11 have to be prepared for. They have got to write to the traits of writing. They all know the writing process. They all know that. But do they know those traits, aka dimensions? Do they know how to extract details from one paragraph or one text or 2? Do they know how to argue? Do they know how to defend? Do they know how to, I'm going to vote for Miss Sally for president of my class because she's pretty and she's cute, and the text says she has been president of our school board in our school for so many years. So I'm going to put her as class president. Then, okay, why didn't they vote for Joe Blow over here on this other paragraph? If they don't cite both of these texts, they're going to lose points right off. Do your teachers know that in grades 3, 5, 6, and 7, there's no points on that rubric spring 2013 for the conventions? Do y'all know what I'm talking about when I say the conventions? They're not usage, mechanics, spelling. That's not included on the rubric. It only is included on the rubric in grades 4th and 8th. Release tag, what's that name?
When does that start? This year?
March.
March?
March. Okay. On the back of your yellow sheet that I had given you the other day, Tammy.
I don't even know.
No, I have it, yeah. Okay. If you look at this rubric for I-LEAP grade 6, 7, EOC 2, and EOC 3, and I'm just saying this because I did just middle school and high school that day. They get 4 points for content, 4 points for style. For grade 4 and 8, 4 points for content, 4 points for style, 1 November and December and January and February. You have 4 months. Okay?
Eighth grade does have another page though, to the rubric.
Yes, yes, yes. You have that stop, well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's on there.
Convention.
The conventions, yeah.
Eighth grade.
Yeah. And if you don't have this too, they need to see these, the writer's checklist, because they've changed too. The writer's checklists have changed also. But just be aware. Yes, it's all on the state website, and I don't know if I have that at the bottom. A good website for the writing too is writingfix.com. Writingfix.com. They have science, social studies kind of prompts. They also have lead-ins with excerpts from true literature for grades 3 all the way up. You know, or they didn't even have picture books, I think, so it kind of goes lower than 3. So they even have like Julia LaWolf's, these books that you know you really see, some Shel Silverstein, just everything. They have pretty much the gamut of good literature pieces for your students to write to. Examine the comprehensive curriculum. I'm going to keep saying it again. Common Core. Examine your Common Core state standards and look at the vertical alignment. That was very powerful to me. I kept seeing all these documents, you know, in a binder, and it didn't, I was like lost. When we went and we sat, and we put a standard up, a listening standard, and we took it from 3rd grade all the way to 11th, and you could see it building and building and building. Just like you said earlier with the math, that was the most powerful thing, because you could see the progression all the way through, and see, gauging where they need to be in your own classroom environment. We need to shift our classroom instruction and assessments to integrate Common Core and PARCC. And when you shift your classroom instruction and assessments, you will hit those